Parshas Yitro, the fourth Aliyah, Revi. We've been waiting for this. Finally, we arrive at Har Sinai. The Pasuk tells us at the beginning of the Aliyah that it was on Rosh Chodesh Sivan, the third month. At that time, they didn't call it Sivan; they just call it B'Chodesh Shlishi. We call it Sivan. On the third month, on the first day, they arrived at Midbar Sinai. They had traveled from Refidim. They packed up. They went. They arrived. And they camped, the pasuk says, Vayichan Sham Yisrael Neged Ahar. So many of you are familiar with the famous comment of Chazal that's cited by Rashi. Vayichan, they camped, one, in singular, Ki'ish Echad B'Lev Echad. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu begins the conversation between us and him, the shuttle diplomacy back and forth between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the people over the week preparing for Har Sinai. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends Moshe with messages. They come back and forth. But in this Aliyah, the first message HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends us is a crucial one. It's a definitional one. It's a defining moment in our history because HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us, Va'atem tiyuli, you will be Mamleches Kohanim v'goy kadosh. We will be a kingdom of Kohanim, of priests, and a holy people. Why the repetition? Perhaps because there are two dimensions here. Number one is we are each individually Kohanim. Whether you are biologically Mizera Aaron HaKohen, or whether you are a Jewish person who is a role model, who's meant to be a shaliach, a divine emissary for HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world, to be a light for all humanity. So you are part of Mamleches Kohanim, the collection of individuals who are Kohanim. But ultimately, it's about a Goy Kadosh. It's about those individuals, those pratim, those specific, unique people, combining to be a Goy Kadosh, to a Tzibur, to a Klal, to Knesset Yisrael. That is the ultimate fulfillment of the Jewish people, where all of the Yechidim become part of the Pratim. Rav Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Kook, the first rabbi, the chief rabbi of the modern settlement of the land of Israel, he points out in his Hakdama to the Sefer Shabbos Haaretz, his treatise on Shvius, to the extent of which somebody is holy, their Kedusha, it depends on their connection to Knesset Yisrael as a whole, to the Tzibur. That's our opportunity on a daily basis to figure out how do we nurture our status as a Kadosh, as an individual, but also how do we see ourselves as part of a greater whole.